Welcome to Evolution of Money. In this video, we will detail the latest view of the financial industry and its imminent evolution. Cryptocurrency, what exactly is this crypto stuff? First, crypto is just the evolution of money. Things change. Things change very rapidly nowadays because of technological advances, and technology can create wealth. It can create shifts in business. The businesses on the left side of the screen are companies that 20 years ago dominated their industry. And on the right, you have newer companies that have kind of taken a big chunk of that market share from those companies. And what is crazy is 20 years ago, as big as Blockbuster Video was, it literally controlled the home video market. It was really the only game in town. To think that they would not even be around 20 years later. They have been gone for a long time. There are kids probably in the 2nd and 3rd grade that have no idea who Blockbuster Video is, but it is just remarkable, and it is because of technology that streaming was made available. They refuse to change and adopt streaming. Netflix and Hulu and the Amazon Primes of the world put them out of business. The taxi industry, which has been around for 100 years. Who would have thought that the taxi industry would have lost so much market share in the last 20 years? The taxi industry has been the only game in town as far as private car service for a long time. And, just like that, overnight they lost almost everything except for major cities like LA and New York. They lost so much of all their market share to Uber and Lyft. The hotel industry has lost a big chunk of its market share to the likes of Airbnb and VRBO. It is just that things change. And when these things change, clearly, people make a lot of money, and some people lose a lot of money. If you are a business owner, you really must pay attention to what's going on with technology, or you could lose everything. And if you're not a business owner, if you're just a casual observer, if you're not paying attention, then you could just lose out on opportunities, because it's not just people who started these companies on the right that have made a lot of money. It's also people who invested in these companies early on that have also made a ton of money. Bitcoin, like Uber, like Netflix, is just the evolution of its industry. As Uber was to the taxi industry and Netflix was to Blockbuster. Bitcoin and crypto is to money. Money has been around forever, or almost forever. And it has not really changed a lot over the last 100 years. Here in America, we moved to a Federal Reserve System in the early 1900s. And then several decades ago, we got off the gold standard, and those are really the only two significant changes in money, other than the fact that a lot of our money is conducted through digital transactions online. And until Bitcoin was introduced, Bitcoin is disrupting the financial industry. We are going to learn a little bit about that. Bitcoin was created in 2008 by Satoshi Nakamoto and was introduced in January of 2009. Actually, 12 years ago, Bitcoin was launched, and to this day, it's still the most popular cryptocurrency. It is the first cryptocurrency or digital currency. And now there are thousands of digital currencies, but it is still the most popular, the most valuable, and has the most market share. Bitcoin is used by people all around the world. Cryptocurrencies are now used by people all around the world and literally is disrupting the financial industry. Now I will explain Zelle, which is something that if you live in America, you are familiar with. It was a direct response from the banking industry to crypto because they were losing so much market share to crypto. Zelle was introduced in 2017 because it was a big year for crypto, and it started to become so popular that the banking industry literally released Zelle to at least seem relevant. Why Bitcoin? What are some of the benefits of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? First, one of the biggest differences between Bitcoin and the money that you're accustomed to using is that there's no central bank with Bitcoin. There is no essential point server or computer that runs everything. It is a democratic platform or decentralized platform. There is no central computer that runs the network. In most developed countries, their whole monetary system is based on some central bank. In America, we have the Federal Reserve System. They control our money, they control the money supply. If they want to put more money in the economy, they lower interest rates, and if they want to take money out of the economy, they raise interest rates. That is how they control the money system. With our modern banking system, anytime you want to send money or do anything, you must go through a bank. You must go through Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, Google Pay, Visa, MasterCard, or your bank. There is going to be some type of intermediary. But with crypto, transactions are peer-to-peer. You can literally send money directly from your wallet to someone else's wallet. Directly without any intermediary. Transactions are fast. Transaction fees are very low. That's a big reason why this platform is international. Some people may say I can send cash from Cash App for free and fast. It's fast, like Zelle and Venmo. That's true, all those things happen quickly and without fees, but they're also very local. You cannot even send Cash App to people in Canada. Let alone people in Europe or Africa, and the same thing with Zelle. Those platforms are all local. We live in an international society, because of the internet. We can do business with people all over the world, therefore, we need a monetary system where you can send money to people all around the world. If you live in America, you could only send money to people globally through some type of wire or crazy cards or all kinds of mess that takes forever, and your banking hours are 9 to 5. While crypto is 24 hours and international. You can send money to anybody around the world, there is no restrictions. And the platform is decentralized. Bitcoin is run on what's called a blockchain, and blockchains are made up of tens of thousands of computers all around the world. There are no central computers, and those computers are run by regular people just like you and me. So truly it is a democratic system, and because it's decentralized, it also makes it more secure. You cannot hack it. So again, it is 24/7. You can send money anywhere around the world. Now, with modern banking, they want to control how much money you can send. They want to control who you send it to. All these controls are in place when it comes to the modern banking system. They want to control how much you send. When you send, they want to take a blood sample. They want fingerprints. They want to control what time you can send money. They act as if the money that you're sending is theirs, not yours. With crypto, it's just the opposite. It's your money. You can send money to whoever you want anywhere around the world, whatever time you want. Whatever amount you want, you're the banker. You're in total control of your money. No one can prevent you from sending and receiving. As I said, the network is on 24 hours. One of the things that really attracts people to crypto is the fact that these coins appreciate over time. It is not like dollars. Dollars, on the other hand, do the opposite. They depreciate over time, and we call that inflation. In fact, the reason why our dollars are worth less and less over time goes back to what I said a few minutes ago. The Federal Reserve can just print more money whenever they want. All they have to do is lower interest rates, then flood the market with money, and there's no limit to how often they could do that. That means the supply of money is never ending, which means the more and more they print, the less valuable it becomes. That is the case with anything. When we have an unlimited supply of anything, obviously it is going to become less valuable, depreciating value, and we call that inflation. But with crypto, it is just the opposite. One of the ingenious innovations of crypto is that it was made to be scarce. There's only so much Bitcoin. There is only so much Ethereum. It was made to be like gold, like diamonds, like land, things that are limited. The more and more popular Bitcoin becomes, the more and more valuable, the higher the price goes up, because there is only so much of it. It increases in value, just like the other things, like gold, land, real estate, because it's limited. We also can operate with a certain level of anonymity within crypto, which means just that again, you don't have to have a blood sample or fingerprints or anything like that to do business. This is the historical price of Bitcoin. Again, it was launched in January of 2009. By July 2010, the price of one Bitcoin had gone up to 8 cents. 8 cents per Bitcoin. And then the following year, March 2011, when Bitcoin was just 2 years old, the price shot up to $1. For the very first time in history, one Bitcoin was worth $1. If you wanted to invest $1,000 in Bitcoin, you would be able to buy 1,000 Bitcoin because it's $1 for every Bitcoin. Let's say you did that. Let's say in March 2011 you went and bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoins. Now you've got 1,000 Bitcoins. 4 months later, in July 2011, the price of Bitcoin shot up to $31. Now your 1,000 Bitcoins you just bought for $1,000 is now worth $31,000, and then just a year and maybe 8 months later, the price shot up to $266 for one Bitcoin. Now, that $1,000 that you spent in March of 2011, just 2 years later is worth $266,000, $250,000, in just 2 years. Then, later that year, 6 months later, the price of one Bitcoin shot up to $1,000 for the very first time. One Bitcoin was worth $1,000 for the very first time, which means now each one of the 1,000 Bitcoins that you purchased in March 2011 is now worth $1,000. And now your 1,000 Bitcoins are worth $1 million. You become a millionaire in 2.5 years, and then the next 3.5 years, the price stayed flat. It was right around $1,000 for the next 3 years from November 2013, until roughly February 2017. 2017 was a big year for crypto. It literally exploded that year. Other cryptocurrencies emerged that year as well. In the spring of 2017, the price hit $2,000 for the first time. By Thanksgiving, it was $10,000 per coin. That's $10,000. Just to go back to our original purchase, we purchased 1,000 Bitcoins for $1,000 in 2011 to November 2017, which is now worth $10 million. Your $1,000 purchase is now worth $10 million in just 6.5 years. And the reason why the slide isn't updated and doesn't have 2018, 19, 20, or 21 is that I wanted to illustrate a point. And guess what, a lot of people at that time felt like they missed the opportunity to capitalize on the Bitcoin wave. I should have got involved 4 years ago, or I should have got involved 5 years ago, and so they didn't get involved. Now, today I want to say, that Bitcoin hit over $55,000 for the very first time. $10,000 a few years ago and still growing in value. So, was it too late? Of course, it wasn't too late. Once you realize that crypto is scarce and there's only so much Bitcoin out there, you'll realize the price is just going to continue to go up. You are never going to miss out. Let me clear up these two misconceptions before I get to my point. First, that $1,000 that you spent in March 2011 buying Bitcoin today would be worth over $55 million. But let me clear up this misconception. Some people believe that they don't have enough money to invest in crypto. Well, I don't have $55,000 to buy a Bitcoin. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin, you can buy a fraction worth of Bitcoin. You could split a Bitcoin up into thousands of pieces that you could buy $10 or $20 worth of Bitcoin. Whatever you want to buy, you could buy. If you buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin and the price triples this year from $55,000 to $165,000, then your $1,000 is now worth $3,000. Whatever happens to price is going to happen to whatever the amount you spent. Now you could buy however much. There is no limit or no minimum to buying crypto. Buy however much you want. The second misconception I want to clear up. It's just that this is some kind of play money. A lot of people think that this is some kind of play money and that this isn't real money or something like that. So, I can't pay my mortgage with Bitcoin. So what's the point of me having Bitcoin? Some people just don't understand. Let me enlighten you with a few examples. That same person who may say, well, I don't want any money unless it's in US dollars. If it's not US dollars, I don't want it. Well, is that really true? If you approached that person who said they don't accept anything but US dollars and said, hey, I have $1 million worth of gold for you. Are they going to turn that down because it's not US dollars? If I offered them $1 million worth of pesos, are they going to turn that down? If I offered to give them $1 million worth of boats, are they going to turn it down because it's not US dollars? Of course not. They would accept all those things because they could easily exchange those things for US dollars. And just like boats, pesos, and gold can be exchanged for dollars, you can also exchange Bitcoin for dollars. In fact, it's easier to exchange Bitcoins for dollars than it is to exchange gold or boats or pesos. So, very important to understand that if you have Bitcoin you could just swap, you could literally just press a button and swap your Bitcoin for cash. Okay, that's important to understand. This is real money. If you have $1 million worth of Bitcoin, you have $1 million. So it is that simple. This is no longer up for debate. Bitcoin is real and is now growing within major companies. Maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago you could have felt like this was not real. But now Bitcoin is all over the world, and all these companies that you see on the screen either do business in crypto, or they are heavily invested in crypto, or they accept crypto payments, or they pay out in crypto today. The biggest hedge funds, the biggest financial institutions in the world, are investing heavily in crypto. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are some of those things that is here now. It is the future of money, and you can either watch all this happen and watch people make millions and billions in this trillion-dollar industry, or you can participate. There is already $1.5 trillion in investments in the crypto industry. I am going to show you two different ways that you can participate, and those of you who would like to are paying attention and you realize that people are making fortunes here. But you must focus here because this is important. There is a lot of ways to get involved in crypto. The first way is just buy and hold. Buy and hold, simple. Let's say you bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, and then you just hold on to it. You hold on to it, and you just wait for it to appreciate. Well, when that happens, if you do that and the price of Bitcoin triples this year, then now your $1,000 is turned into $3,000, which is good, right? It is better than what you are going to get on the stock market. 300% return. But what I did, and I'm not a financial advisor, this is not financial advice, I'm just telling you what I did. And what others are doing is we took as little as $300 and bought $300 worth of crypto. And we use that $300 to buy what is called smart contracts. Smart contracts give us the ability to earn crypto on a daily basis by simply referring other people to this platform and basically, in essence, joining a referral-based platform. As you refer people, you will get a commission every time a smart contract is executed. Some people have turned as little as $300 into $30,000 in just a few months, but the point is that this is really exploding, and that in the first example, you turn $1,000 into $3,000 just by buying and holding. In the second example, you turn $300 into well over $30,000. A huge difference between the first scenario and the second scenario. Most people would say, well, give me the second scenario. I want to turn $300 into well over $30,000. Let me explain to you how you can turn any amount into thousands. You don't have to start with thousands. Start with whatever you want. We're going to show you how you can earn crypto and make a ton of money by using this platform. You're probably thinking this is a network marketing company or gifting thing because I'm talking about referring people. This is not network marketing. It's not gifting. It's a totally new type of decentralized platform called Forsage. It's just brand new, just like there has never been anything like Uber before Uber, there has never been anything like Forsage before Forsage. There has never been anything like Airbnb before Airbnb, because technology is what made those things possible. Not only was Uber unique, it also was not possible 20 years ago because apps were not there. You have a smartphone today. 2007 was a game changer for smartphones. So again, technology drives business and evolution. And for us, it is built on a decentralized network which, until Bitcoin was introduced in 2009, wasn't possible. Therefore, this is a totally new type of community. It is not network marketing. Network marketing is great. I'm not talking bad about it, but let me give you some of the restrictions or some of the limitations. 1. When you're dealing with the company has to make money. If you're building a network, half of the money that you collect goes to those companies. Whether you're selling vitamins or skincare, or whether you're selling insurance or forex trading, whatever is happening, let's say it costs $500 to join their business or to get involved with their company. Half of that money is going to the company. Because they have to pay their overhead, they have to pay their bills, and they want to make a profit. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that half is going to the company, and then the other half doesn't go to you. The other half, you have to split between you and all of your uplines through the multiple levels. Depending on how many levels that particular company pays out. There's a lot of hands in the pie. You have to split that money with a lot of people. You have a very limited income with network marketing. You would have to literally build a team of thousands of people in order to make a significant income. That is the first thing, and then you've got limited reach. When I say limited reach and limited audience, limited reach basically means that some network marketing companies are only available in the United States and Canada. If you do not live in the US or Canada, then you were just out of luck, you couldn't join their platform. If you know people in other countries, then guess what? You could not do business with them. And you also have a limited audience because this is just having a niche, whether you're selling skincare, weight loss products, or maybe you're selling discounts on vacation. That is a niche product or service. You really are only going to be able to attract people who are interested in that service. Again, there's nothing wrong with having a niche product, niche audience, but it just limits who you could talk to. Whereas here at Forsage, what we sell, our assets are separate streams of income. And I don't know a whole lot of people who don't want additional streams of income. Then with the company, you have to trust that they're going to stay in business. You know companies go out of business all the time. Not Forsage, because it is not a company. So it can't go out of business. Just like the internet can't go out of business because the internet is not in business. You have delayed pay with network marketing as well. This means you may work hard today, but you may not get paid for a couple of weeks or until the next month. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but with Forsage, we get paid instantly. Now, with gifting, a totally different scenario. Gifting basically is not a company. It's a community or a cooperative platform, and they have human admin. There are people in that community who run the community. They call them admin. One of the challenges with having humans running this platform is that there's a possibility they could manipulate the platform. I'm sure there are amazing admins out there, but some people will manipulate the platform to their advantage and put themselves or their family or kids at the top of others when they probably shouldn't be. And that happens all the time. And you also have scaling issues when you're dealing with people running a platform. What I mean by scaling issues is that the platform may be efficient with 1,000 people in it. But then when it grows to 50,000, it becomes very hard for a few admins to manage, and then you have trust issues. You have to trust the admins. Then you also have to trust that community is going to continue the growth, because if that community stalls, then you're stuck. If that community stalls, then there's no recourse for that. For instance, you may bring a couple of people into the platform and each of them spend $1,000. But because it's not your turn to get paid yet, you don't get paid that money, and that platform stalls before it's your time to get paid, then you never get your money, and there's a certain temporary element or temporal element to gifting. It's a great way for people to make money in the short term. It really helped a lot of people to survive the pandemic, but not really a long-term play. And a big reason for that is because of competition. There's really no barrier to entry. There's nothing stopping somebody from getting involved or starting their own gifting platforms. Once people realized that, gifting got really big during the pandemic. And then people realized that they could just start their own gift group and put themselves at the top. That's what people started doing, and tens of thousands of groups just popped up on Telegram every day. It was just crazy how quickly that happened. Competition is really what destroyed that community. Then you have delayed pay. You don't get paid right away. You must wait until it's your turn. Like I said before, if that platform stalls before it's your turn, you're just out of your money. So Forsage is a totally new platform. That wasn't even possible in the past because of technology. Forsage is made available through blockchain technology, which was introduced to the world through crypto. Forsage is not a company that is run by human admins. The whole platform and community is run by smart contracts. A smart contract is just like a regular contract, which is like an agreement between two or more people. It outlines the terms of the agreement between two or more people. A smart contract does the same thing, but it also has the ability to facilitate and execute the terms of that agreement because it has the technology built into its algorithms and intelligence program, so it could facilitate the whole scenario. Example, you are buying a car and need to get a loan. You get a loan from the bank in a 48-month loan term. That's $400 a month. That's the terms of the agreement. Okay, that is a contract, right? But if it was a smart contract, they would do the same thing. It would still outline those same terms, but now it has the ability to execute those terms, meaning it could literally debit your account $400. Then turn around and credit the $400 to the bank's account every month. So just automate the whole process, taking out the ambiguity, taking out any room for human error. Smart contracts are new. This is probably your first time hearing about them. But you will hear about them over and over and over again. They will be a big part of our world. You'll see them pop up in all different aspects of your life because they just are light years ahead of other technology. For our purpose today, these smart contracts are digital assets. An asset is anything that has the ability to bring you cash. And these assets definitely have that ability. And so that is a smart contract. And that is what provides us with the opportunity to capitalize on this platform every time a new smart contract is executed. So that is how we earn a significant amount of money, smart contracts. Digital assets. That's a smart contract, and a smart contract gives us the ability to not just get paid, but get paid instantly so we don't have to wait until the 1st or the 15th or every Friday like in MLM. You don't have to wait until it's your turn, like gifting. You literally get paid right away. So as soon as you refer your very first person, you get paid. That person pays the platform. Utilizing smart contracts, the Forsage platform then automatically pays. That's how we get paid instantly. 100% of the revenue stays in the community. There's no company to make a profit. There's no admin taking admin fees. You don't have to trust a company. You don't have to trust any admin. You don't have to trust that it is going to stay in business because it's not in business. Just like the internet is not a business and can't disappear. It is permanent. These are permanent assets that we purchase. They will outlive you so you can build on them for the rest of your lives, just like if you bought the land. You can build on that land for the rest of your lives. You could build on these smart contracts for the rest of your lives, and again they will transcend your life. Meaning that you can leave them in a will or trust to your children or your grandchildren or whoever the case may be. You have total control over your assets. You can build as fast or as slow as you want, or you could build as big or as small as you want. And one of the most exciting things about Forsage is that we get paid in crypto. If you got paid in dollars, I've already told you why crypto appreciates and dollars depreciate. For example, say you were building an MLM or gifting community in September of last year, and you got paid $10,000, well, if you saved that money, you still would have $10,000 today. Whereas if you got paid in September $10,000 worth of crypto, today you could have $40,000 or $50,000 because crypto appreciates over time. That's just super exciting. This is like the evolution of networking, just like Uber was the evolution of the taxi industry, Netflix the evolution of Blockbuster, crypto is the evolution of dollars. Forsage is the evolution of networking, and it takes all the beautiful things about MLM and gifting, incorporates those but then takes out all the liabilities and eliminates those. An absolutely incredible platform, and at the end of the day ultimately it comes down to you make more money. The first step is just really choosing. Getting involved in Forsage is just a matter of buying smart contracts. And you just want to choose how many smart contracts you want to buy. You could buy as many or as few as you choose. You could start off with as many or as few as you want. There are 45 different smart contracts that you have an opportunity to get paid on. I like looking at this as buying hotels. I use the analogy to compare smart contracts to real estate because they have so many similarities. I like to call it digital real estate, or I just like looking at it like hotels or digital assets. Imagine that you're starting a hotel enterprise and you start off with a Motel 6, which is inexpensive. There's only so much money you could make in a Motel 6. But then you upgrade, and you take some of the money that you earned and buy another hotel. You buy a Holiday Inn, so you keep your Motel 6. Now you've also got a Holiday Inn. Now you've got multiple streams of income, just like two hotels running at the same time. Then you take some of the proceeds and buy another upgrade and buy like a Marriott, which costs even more money, and so on and so forth. Well, that's how smart contracts work. The more you buy, the more expensive they become. The more expensive they are, the more lucrative. The more money you could make from them, just like a hotel. And you can start off with just a Motel 6. Or you can start off up front with the Motel 6 and a Holiday Inn and a Marriott. Depends on how much money you have or want to invest. The first step is choosing your starting point. Some people are going to start with $100, $300, $500. It is up to you. Everybody has a different amount of money they can spend or disposable income. You choose your own starting point, but the average person on our team starts with about $300. Again, that doesn't mean that you have to. The price fluctuates as crypto earns more value. For example, we will say the $300 will get you 7 smart contracts. There are 3 different types of smart contracts. Now that you have chosen your level, the next step is to pay it forward and share the information with your loved ones and closest friends. Then when they decide to choose their level, you will begin to make commissions. And again, you started with just $300 out of your pocket. In just a short period of time, you would have earned enough to upgrade. Now, I want you guys to understand that you will never have to go into your pocket again. Everything else that happens from this point on, like buy more real estate or buy more smart contracts, is going to come out of house money. That means you are going to be using money that you've made in commissions. You only have to go in your pocket one time. This is your money. You could do whatever you want to do with it. But you think to yourself, hey, I am making money with these smart contracts, let's keep the party going and buy some more. So, you take a few hundred and buy 3 more. These are more expensive than the other ones. These cost more for the 3 combined than your initial starting price. Again, just like I told you between the Motel 6 and then the Holiday Inn, with more contracts, they get more expensive. And the best part is that you do not have to ever go into your pocket ever again, because these upgrades are paid for through the commissions that you earned from your referrals. I want you guys to look at each one of these smart contracts as a separate hotel, a separate income stream, because that is what it is. And as you will inspire your loved ones and friends to upgrade, just like you did, they will all be making money. And once you understand that everybody's doing the same thing that you are doing, the art of duplication, and everyone is getting paid the same way. Everyone that follows your lead will get paid at the same exact rate because they started at the same amount, and as long as they keep referring and having their friends join, they will continue to earn on their smart contracts as well. And you are smart, you're disciplined, you see the pattern. You decided to set a goal to buy more smart contracts. Some people may wonder, why do you keep doing this? Why did you keep taking money and buying more smart contracts? Someone may say, why don't you just go shopping or travel the world? Why? And the reason is you are taking a page out of the world of traditional business. Whatever business that you're in, whether you are in real estate or insurance business, or maybe you have a lemonade stand, your kids start a lemonade stand in the front yard, you'd want to continue to invest in that business. For instance, if you flip a house after you get involved with real estate, you flip your first house and make $30,000. It would be crazy to take that $30,000 and buy a gold Rolex. Smart people are going to take the bulk of that money, maybe you put some of it away for yourself, but with the bulk of that money, you're going to use it to buy more real estate. If you make a bunch of money in the stock market, if you're smart, you're going to buy more stocks. You make a bunch of money, your kids make a bunch of money with their lemonade stand in the front yard. You would be foolish not to tell your kids to buy more lemons with the money, not to take all the money and buy candy, take some of that money and buy more lemons, buy more sugar. So that is all you would be doing here, you are taking a page out of traditional business. Remember, you started with just $300 out of pocket. Incredible. Now you have multiple smart contracts and essentially multiple streams of income. And it does not stop there. There are actually 15 different levels. Think of it like Monopoly. If you all have played Monopoly, so at the beginning of the game, you buy properties, and then in the middle of the game you start buying houses, then ideally you buy hotels. Once you put hotels on all your property, the game is not over. Now you're actually making even more money because of each of the people in the game. Every time they land on that property, you're making even more money. And now you don't have to use that money to buy more hotels because you already own all the hotels. You already have all the property. Now you're just collecting, and the same thing is true with Forsage. Once you get to level 15, you're making more money, and you don't have to spend any more money buying more real estate because you already own all the real estate. And you're not limited to referring 2 people. I told you guys that earlier, the more people you refer, the more money you make. You could refer as many people as you want, and every time you refer it's a whole other stream of income. Beautiful thing is that now that you own all your smart contracts, you don't have to pay fees, no monthly fees, no back office fees, no other costs are associated with Forsage. We only have to buy these smart contracts one time. And you can continue to make it over and over again like with a hotel. You own your smart contracts. When you buy a hotel you only pay for it one time. But then you can rent the rooms repeatedly. So let me show you what this looks like on our website. I'm going to show you our website. I'm also going to show you the back office. You can see what smart contracts look like. The name of the website is Forsage.io, there's only one Forsage. Now, imitations are always going to happen when you have something that's wildly successful, and Forsage is no different. People have created some knockoffs, not a whole bunch, but there are several websites that look just like this one, but they're knockoffs and so some of them are scams. I just want you to be aware of that. The way you know you're on the right website is by checking the actual website address. Ours is Forsage.io. If somebody introduces you to something like Forsage 1 or 3D or Tron, those are all knockoffs. Forsage.io is the name of the website we have. Once on the website, scroll down here and you can see more information about the smart contracts. All this is what I explained. This is a smart contract, not a business. The platform actually started on February the 6th, 2020, just a year ago. We celebrated the 1-year anniversary, February 6th, and there are two versions of Forsage on this same website. There's a 1.0 and a 2.0 version. 1.0 version was started on February 6th and runs on the Ethereum blockchain, and the 2.0 version was started on September 6th and runs on the Tron blockchain. But they both are self-executing, which means they run themselves without any human intervention. And they both also exist in perpetuity. Which just means that they last forever. They are permanent fixtures on the Ethereum and the Tron blockchains, respectively. And so, this is not a company and not a business again. The platform doesn't make a profit. Just like the internet doesn't make a profit, it's a decentralized network. And if you're wondering, why would somebody create this? If they can't make any money, if they can't own it. The people who created this platform do make money, but they make money the same way that all of us make money. They all are equal participants in the project, like everyone else. And this platform is 100% transparent. You can look up any person's ID number and see exactly how much they made and track every transaction. Here it gives you an idea of the growth of the community. This platform started again 12 months ago, already over 1.4 million members in just 12 months, 1,142 people have joined in just the last 24 hours, and these people collectively have earned $1.2 billion. $1.2 billion in just 12 months. This has never been done before. To give you some perspective on that, I've seen network marketing companies that have been around for 30 years. And they were very successful companies, but in 30 years, they paid out their members $4 billion. Forsage has almost paid out half of that in just its first year. Give you an idea of just how much more people have made in Forsage. And then here are some individual results. These are individual people just like you and me who are building on this platform. You can look up any person's ID number and see their results. You can look up any ID number yourself. This person here is ID number 6522. They made nearly $850,000. You could see this person started on March 9th. This person made close to $1 million. So that is 10 months, $1 million. Absolutely incredible. And the beautiful thing about all these examples is that none of these people have been involved longer than a year, because the platform's only been around for a year. I already went over this part in the PowerPoint about how the platform works, and at the bottom of the website, you can see frequently asked questions. Any questions that you can think of, you can go to the bottom of Forsage.io and you are going to see a bunch of questions and the answers. Just go to Forsage.io and scroll down to the bottom. This is the website. Let's log in here so we could get a peek at the back office. Told you there's two versions of Forsage on the website. 1.0 version and 2.0 version. We use the 2.0 version based on Tron. It is light years more efficient than the 1.0 version. Which is why we use it. Looks like the price of Tron is going up again. Wow. I just like to use this account for the demo, so here in the back office, you have all these different tools. If you scroll over Office, you will see Partners, Statistics, Goals. You can see all your personal recruits and what level they are on, how much money they made. Statistics gives you every single transaction you have made since day one or every single transaction you've been paid on or in your group. And then you can set goals for yourself here. Then you have a community blog, training academy, news, and announcements. Webinars instructions gives you a detail of the comp plan promo and marketing tools. All of that is right here. And then you have some more social links. The official Telegram and official YouTube channel. And then you could change the language on the website, depending on what language you speak, depending what country you are from. And then you can see all this person's information. ID number 4. You can see the person's made $302,000 and then you can see all of their smart contracts here. This person has all these smart contracts here, and you see, there are 3 different types of smart contracts. 3 different types of the smart contracts. You have the X3 smart contracts. These are like hotels with 3 rooms, every 3 people creates a cycle. And each one of these is like a separate hotel. For each one of these squares there's a separate smart contract. And you can see every time 3 people come in, just like in a hotel. You have 3 guests tonight and you only have 3 rooms. Tomorrow they check out and some other people check in. You get paid again and again and again. You can see this person has already cycled 109 times. Here on this level. Then you have X4 smart contracts. These are like hotels with 6 rooms, every 6 people. You're getting paid again and again and again. Like a hotel with 6 rooms. And then you have the X Gold smart contracts. These are like hotels with 30 rooms, every 30 people, creates a cycle. Now you can click on any one of these virtual hotels or smart contracts. You can see exactly how much money you've made from just that one level, and you can see this person made $6,400 just on this one level. And you can see the person has already cycled 6 times on this level. And if you scroll down, you can see every single transaction from the previous 6 cycles. Time, date, ID number and the amount of money that was paid out. All of that is in black and white. Every single transaction is in black and white, 100% transparent platform. One thing I really love about the platform is that I don't have to keep track of all this. The smart contract keeps track of all of these cycles, and everything is automated. Smart, so we don't have to be. I told you, this is very similar to real estate because of different reasons. 1, because you could just provide this contract one time and get paid repeatedly, like a hotel. Then again, every person you refer, you are essentially selling them their real estate because you get paid a commission when they buy those smart contracts, even though they're buying their smart contracts technically from the platform. Then also, it's similar to real estate because these assets appreciate over time, just like the real hotel would. Say you bought a Super 8 hotel 30 years ago. Today that hotel is worth a lot more, and obviously, you can charge a lot more for those rooms every night. The same thing is true here because these are not priced in dollars. These are priced in Tron, a cryptocurrency called Tron. And this is 100 Tron. This is 200 Tron. This isn't $100. And think of it like the hotel, because the price of Tron goes up over time, our real estate is worth more over time. Stay with our hotel analogy. Let's say this is a Motel 6 here and you're able to charge $100 a night today. But let's say just 3 months from now the neighborhood appreciates. Now you can charge a lot more. You may be able to charge $150 a night. In a year from now, you may be able to charge $200 a night. Without even upgrading the carpet or doing anything, you don't have to change it. But I'm not talking about upgrading to the next level, going from a Motel 6 to like a Holiday Inn. I'm just talking about on your Motel 6, because crypto increases in value, these assets appreciate in value over time. Another reason why I call this real estate is because as the population grows, right now, there's 381,000 people in this community. As that number grows, then you are also going to see the growth in your income. People here are making hundreds of thousands of dollars in this community simply by just referring people. So very, very simple. You could increase the amount that you make by upgrading. Remember, in the example, as you upgrade and the more you upgraded, the more opportunity you have to make money. All you are doing is sharing your information with your loved ones and close friends. Literally just picking up the phone and sending information. Real simple and real lucrative. Growth of a company, you could chart the growth of every enterprise on what we call an economic S-curve. S-curve basically looks something like this. This is growth. Whatever metric you want to use, sales or recruits. The x-axis is time. And this is the trajectory of the platform. Most companies, businesses, platforms, whatever. They are going to grow like the red curve. You are going to have the first period where you call this the developmental period, where it's going and growing and getting traction. And then you have this growth period where it just explodes. The platform explodes. And then you have this stabilization period where the growth slows down and settles somewhere in here. But that is what happens to most platforms, and the reason why most platforms slow down is because the platform can't handle the growth. If it's a company, sometimes it grows so fast that the company can't keep up with inventory. They ran out of tea or coffee or can't provide the service for as many people. Services and quality are compromised because there are too many customers. If it's a human-run platform, like a gifting platform, it gets bigger. And there's just too many people for the admins to handle, so it slows down because of that. Because Forsage is automated, we don't have those issues. Right now, Forsage is growing, there'll be a rapid growth period, and then boom. It's not going to slow down. It's just going to continue to grow up into the right without that slowing down, basically defying the odds of a normal platform trajectory or enterprise trajectory because of technology, because smart contract technology has allowed us to do something that was not possible before blockchain was introduced. And the reason why it won't slow down is because again, there's nothing to slow it down. There are no humans or projects to mess it up. There's no inventory that it can't keep up with, it's smart contract technology. So it runs. Everything is automated, which means it is built to scale, and it will be just as efficient with 300 million people as it is right now with 300,000. What that means for all of us is that we are on a freight train with no brakes. With no brakes. And the beautiful thing for all of us right now is that we are here. We're just living in the station. We are early. We're here, where current position of the graph is pointed out. We're not at the start. This is not where you want to be. Okay? In business, a lot of people will tell you that's where you want to be. Don't listen to those people. Listen, if I could give you some advice from my experience, do not join a startup. Do not join a startup. I am going to say it again for the people in the back, do not join a startup. Somebody tells you, hey, we're just getting started. We got this new thing. It's about to come out, and we're in pre-launch right now. Oh, my God. We got technology that is going to, it has never been seen before. We got this product that you must get in on, it is going to heal the sick and run the other way. We just started a month ago. 2 months ago. Run the other way. Why? Because 99% of startups don't make it through their first year, 99%. Even the ones that have the prettiest websites. Prettiest PowerPoints, 99% of them don't. Everything is going to sound good in the presentation. The reason you don't want to join a startup is because, off the top, you have less than a 1% chance of making it. You have better odds at the casino. When I was first introduced to Forsage, when people first started talking about Forsage a year ago in the spring, I didn't jump on board. I looked at it and I said, this is interesting, and I watched it. I kept tabs on it. I checked it out, checked on how it was doing, but I wasn't going to get involved when it first got started because it was too risky. Who knows that this is going to last? And so it wasn't until several months later that I got involved because I needed to see thousands of people making hundreds of thousands of dollars before I got started. And that's when I got started because I don't like playing with my money. I don't like risking my money. I don't like risking my time. I don't like playing with my time. And I definitely don't want to risk other people's money because I knew if I got involved, I was going to invite a lot of people. I don't want to risk their money. What are you saying? You're saying that we should only join old companies? No, 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 no. There is a spectrum. On one end of the spectrum you have brand new startups. You want to stay away from those by any means and get away from those on the other end of the spectrum as well. Those are legacy old companies like Amway, Herbalife, Legal Shield, Primerica. Those are all great companies. They have been around for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. But you know, it's hard to build, and you could still make money there, but it just takes a lot longer because most people have heard of those businesses before. You have to go through a lot of people to get to yeses. The sweet spot, what you're looking for, is a business or a platform or community that has been around long enough for it to happen. A lot of testimony. There's a lot of evidence of success. Forsage has that checked in spades. It has literally 1.4+ million people who made over $1 billion already in the first year, and then you also want to be in a platform that most people have never heard of before. And that's what you're not finding in Amway and the Herbalifes of the world. We check that box also. You talk to 100 people that you know, 99 of them have never heard of Forsage. Have never heard of it. And so that is also very important. This is the sweet spot. This is the perfect time for this platform. Whoever invited you here, you want to give them a socially distanced high five, a kiss or whatever, because they're putting you in the right place at the right time. And that's just a blessing. You could have found out about this 6 months from now. A year from now, it'll still be a great opportunity to 3 years from now. It will never be as great as it is right now, because 2 to 3 years from now, you could still build and make money. But right now, people are making $30, $40, $50,000 in a few months because of the fact that they literally can talk to everybody they know, and everybody they know is fair game. Whereas 3 years from now, that won't be the case. A lot of people that you know would already have heard of Forsage. They've already learned about smart contracts, whatever the case may be, and it's just going to be a very different ballgame. Right now, it's just a matter of you being in position. Some of you are saying, okay, timing is everything in business, timing is everything in real estate, timing is also everything in Forsage. And I know some of you are saying, okay, how do I get started? If that's to you, getting started is simple. Just get with the person who invited you. The person that invited you will walk you through the process of getting started. It takes about 20 minutes. If they can't get you started because they are brand new, they'll put you on the phone with their trainer, and that person will walk you through the process. Also, we have total training. Everything you need from start to finish. You don't have to come into this community with any type of a prerequisite education. You just have to be willing to learn. We show you step by step what you need. Very, very simple. You can follow instructions. You could do this. But there are some people who are skeptics. Who may say, well, this isn't for me. Hey, we're not in the business of trying to convince people against their will. Far be it for me, everything is not for everybody. We appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to our information, and hopefully you gain some knowledge about crypto that sparked your interest and may serve you in the future. But I do want to address two different types of critics. I want to talk to the people who may say, well, I think it sounds great, but maybe there's too much information. I think it's too technical for me. I don't think I can wrap my mind around it. I want to talk to you. And I want to talk to the people who say, well, that sounds great, but I've been hurt before. Just lost a bunch of money in a susu. I just lost a bunch of money in the Forex deal. I want to talk to you as well. For the first person who says, I don't think I'm going to be able to understand all this, it is a little technical for me. Listen, you don't have to be a technical person to make money here. I just wanted to explain everything to everybody, so you know what it is. You don't have to understand all this to make money. The platform is objective. It's smart, so we don't have to be. If you refer people and they sign up, you get paid. Whether you understand how the smart contract works or not, whether you understand how crypto works or not, it's going to pay you. It's like your car. If you have a car and you get in the car, you put the key in the ignition. Turn the ignition, put the car in drive, and press the gas pedal, it's going to go. You're going to go whether you understand how you're going or not. You don't have to understand how the engine works, or the fuel injection to get to the grocery store. The car is going to get you there. Smart. Forsage is going to get you there. And that's the beautiful thing about it. Secondly, some people may say, well, it sounds great to me, but I've been hurt. Listen, everybody's been hurt. Everybody's lost money in business before, and that's okay. Failure is a big part of success. I know it doesn't feel like that when you are failing, it doesn't feel good at all. But the truth of the matter is we were all taught that failure is bad in school, we are taught that it is bad on a job. But entrepreneurs will tell you if they are being honest with you, that failure is a big part of their success. The difference between people who are wildly successful and people who are not, is how they fail. Everybody fails. Successful people just fail forward. They don't beat themselves up. They don't make excuses. They don't try to blame other people for their failure. They pick themselves up, they dust themselves off. They take inventory. They take ownership of the failure. They say, okay, what did I learn from this? How can I? What could I have done better? What can I do? What did I do wrong? What relationship did I build from this failure? What skills did I learn from this failure? Whereas, in failure of the person who ends up being a failure in life, they just make excuses and they blame other people and they feel sorry for themselves. They just lay down and stay down. The successful person is going to get back up. But now that they are up, they are more experienced. They have more relationships. Those failures are what actually allowed them to be successful. If it weren't for those failures, they would not have had those relationships. If it wasn't for those failures, they would not have had those skills. If it wasn't for those failures, they wouldn't have had that mental toughness. And so we fell our way forward. And listen, everything that you've been through in your life, good, bad, or ugly, prepared you for this moment. Everything that you've been through, it may not have felt like it when you were going through it. But now that you're here, listen, if you didn't go through what you went through before, you would not be ready for this. No one is here listening to this on accident. You are here for a designed purpose. To me, the biggest tragedy in life is when God gives you what you have been praying for. Been looking for, an opportunity, looking for a vehicle, looking for a way to get your dreams accomplished, and God gives it to us, and we missed that opportunity because it didn't come the way that we expected. And that happens a lot. Many are the plans in a man's heart, for God's purposes will prevail. It is not going to always come the way you thought it was going to come. We didn't recognize it, or because we weren't paying attention, or because we're afraid, or we had paralysis of analysis over analyzing. Martin Luther King said it best. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. And that first step has led thousands of people to making, literally, life-changing income. Life-changing. Ready to get started? Congratulations. Please contact the person that sent you this information.